moves the economy and the entire trade and commerce of the entire world. Maski saan ka maghanap, but it's a product of oil kasi oil pinapagana yung mga equipment, the machines in a factory that produces everything. Lahat na itong magamit, paggawa nito, it's oil because hindi naman tatakbo yung makina nila sa factory kung walang oil. It's the energy actually. Kaya we are not yet dito sa nuclear level, but I hope that the next administration would at least explore now the possibility of the nuclear. Total, ang nag-umpisa naman ito si Marcos noon. Paggawa siya ng nuclear plant, but oil is not infinite. May katapusan yan. Someday it will dry up. It would be good for any government to prepare the possibility of making the transition earlier from oil, yung fossil fuel, to nuclear. Kasi nuclear is forever. Kaya lang, medyo delikado to. Kagaya ng sa Chernobyl ng Ukraine, nagkaroon ng leak, and so there was this radiation.
The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Some towns in Lanao del Sur are now conducting special elections. This after a failure of election was declared in some areas due to violent and irregular incidents on May 9. Jenny Dongon with the report.
The special elections here in Tubaran, Lanao del Sur is ongoing. The police and military presence is ensuring that there will be peace and order in the current voting, which will last until 7 in the evening. As early as 4 in the evening, soldiers and policemen are already ensuring the safety of VCMs that will be used for today's special elections. These vote machines will be used in 3 schools in Tubaran, serving as polling precincts. Outside the school, policemen and soldiers are monitoring individuals entering the premises. Army tanks are also on standby. Up to 1,000 peace personnel or police and soldiers are deployed in polling precincts in Tubaran, securing them vote inside and outside. This setup was done in coordination with COMELEC to ensure a safe and commotion-free voting. The special election is crucial, especially to local politics, since the town needs to proclaim its new set of leaders. There's also the urgency to transmit the province-wide voting data to the National COMELEC office. Recall that the COC of Lanao del Sur is the only one that's yet to be transmitted. As a result, the COMELEC, serving as the National Board of Canvassers for Senators and Party List, decided to postpone the proclamation of party list. With at least 600,000 votes, the number is crucial to determine the winning party list and the number of seats that they won in the elections. Less than 7,000 residents are expected to vote here in Tubaran. We spoke to some residents and they said they're confident with the security in the area. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
President Rodrigo Duterte urged Russian President Vladimir Putin to control his men after some Russian soldiers allegedly killed civilians during their invasion of Ukraine. During his latest public address, Duterte appealed to Putin to stop aiming his artillery at residential areas. Although Duterte also emphasized that he is still friends with the Russian leader.
I would ask Putin to hear me because President Putin, magkaibigan ko man siya, you are in control of everything. Anyway, you really started the rokos there na higpitan mo ang mga sundalo mo. nagwawala nagkilling. It is your moral obligation to see to it na the civilians, the innocent ones, children, the elderly, mga babae, pati yung vulnerable masyado sila at hindi sila marunong magtago. Nandyan lang sa bahay nila. Nasasaktan lang ako sa mga inosente talaga.
Same event, the chief executive admitted that he also has blood on his hands.
Maraming nagsasabi na barihan daw kami ni Putin, papatay. Alam mo, gusto ko lang malaman ninyong Pilipino na pumapatay talaga ako. Sinabi ko yan sa inyo noon pa. Pero ang pinapatay ko, kriminal. Hindi ako pumapatay ng bata, matanda. Magkaiba ang mundo namin yung nangyayari ngayon sa Russia.
We'll be back with more stories after a quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. The country logged more COVID-19 cases over the past week. What could be the reason for this latest uptick? Maricel Halili tells us in this report.
COVID-19 cases in the Philippines are rising again. The Department of Health has registered about 1,240 new COVID cases from May 16 to May 22 this year. This is 9.9% higher compared to the week before. Octa Research Group said the emerging new Omicron subvariant may be the reason for the new spike.
Kasi since February naman may mga campaign rallies na tayo, may mga sorties tayo. Tapos hindi naman tayo nakakita ng pagtaas ng bilang ng kaso. At yung election more than 2 weeks ago na eh. So ito nakikita natin mga upticks ng cases, maliit pa lang sa ngayon, tingin natin dahil ito na subvariant na mas nakakahawa kaysa doon sa dati.
National Task Force Medical Advisor Dr. HERBOSA said the new BA.4 subvariant is 20 to 30% more transmissible compared to the other subvariants.
Dalawa yung dapat pangambahan sa mutations ng variant na to. One, yung malakas na transmission. Ang pangalawa, kumakalat ito sa Europa at sa Amerika na mataas din ng vaccination rate. So ang tiniteorya ng mga eksperto ay meron itong vaccine escape, no? Kahit ikaw ay vaccinated, kung mahina ang antibodies, baka ma-infect ka pa rin itong BA.4.
But some medical experts say this is not as deadly as other subvariants. However, they said that long COVID cases in the country must be seriously monitored.
Long COVID is now an accepted diagnosis as part of the complications of COVID-19. It usually occurs after patient has fully recovered but still had symptoms like difficulty of breathing, difficulty of the recall, so memory problem, and then there are also some element of easy fatigability or some have on and off cough. No?
For the Octa research, the imposition of stricter border control is not necessary at the moment. Professor David said it is more practical if we will focus on improving the vaccination drive and health protocols.
Dahil medyo malakas pa yung wall of immunity natin, kahit paano, baka a few thousand cases lang makita natin, baka nga umabot lang ng mga 5,000 at most, or siguro magugulat na ako, umabot na rin siya ng mga 10,000. Pero sa tingin ko, hindi siya lalagpas ng mga 10,000.
Presidential Advisor on Entrepreneurship Joey Concepcion also recommended to provide second booster shots to 50 years old and above. Concepcion explained that aside from giving them extra protection, the government can also make use of COVID vaccines nearing expiration. For News 5, Maricel Halili, We Are One News.
Time now for a quick look at some of today's headlines. Canvassing of votes for President and Vice President begins today at the Batasang Pambansa. Gasoline prices climbed by over 4 pesos starting today. And the 31st Southeast Asian Games come to a close, with Team Philippines finishing 4th in the overall rankings. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 2 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com. and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.